ChatGPT 4 has changed everything, especially when it comes to teaching and learning. But what people don't realize about AI is that it's only as good as the person using it. Most people just use it to find quick answers when they can't be bothered to figure things out themselves. But here's the catch: just getting answers handed to us doesn't really help us learn. Instead of letting AI do all the work for us, we should think of it as a helper to make us smarter and learn faster. To do that, we need to know a bit about how our brains actually learn. Our way of thinking is based on a simple idea. When we learn something new, we first put the pieces together, then we connect them to what we already know. And finally, we test our understanding. The big goal here is to get good at thinking critically. So AI can actually help us with these 3 steps: putting together information, making connections, and then testing our understanding. So, let's talk about what ChatGPT 4 actually is and how we can use AI at each step of the learning process. Understanding ChatGPT 4. ChatGPT 4 is like the latest brainchild of the smart folks at OpenAI. Essentially, it's a super smart computer program trained on a ton of internet data. What's cool is that it can chat with you just like a real person. Now, why does this matter for education? Well, think about learning. It's not just about memorizing facts. It's about understanding concepts, thinking critically, and being creative. ChatGPT 4 can really help with that. It gives personalized help, feedback, and it's available whenever you need it. ChatGPT 4 is pretty impressive once you understand how it works. Basically, it's built on this fancy technology called the GPT, Generative Pre-trained Transformer Architecture. This means it's trained on a massive amount of text from the internet, so it knows a lot about a lot of things. When you ask ChatGPT 4 a question or give it a prompt, it analyzes what you've said, taps into its vast knowledge base, and then generates a response that's as human-like as possible. It's kind of like having a super knowledgeable friend at your fingertips. To give you an idea of what it can do, imagine asking it about a historical event, a math problem, or even for advice on writing a paper. ChatGPT 4 can handle all sorts of topics and tasks, which makes it incredibly versatile. Using ChatGPT in education and AI tutoring. ChatGPT 4 is an awesome tool for learning, offering personalized support and help in different situations. Imagine you're sitting in class and a question pops into your head, but your teacher's busy or you're embarrassed to ask thinking it's a silly question. That's where ChatGPT 4 comes to the rescue. You can ask it anything, whether it's clarifying a concept, getting extra examples, or exploring a topic further. It's like having a knowledgeable friend right beside you, ready to help whenever you need it. Or let's say you're struggling with a particular subject or topic. Instead of feeling lost and frustrated, you can turn to ChatGPT 4 for one-on-one tutoring sessions. It can walk you through problems, explain concepts in simple terms, and give you practice exercises to strengthen your skills. Homework feels way less stressful with ChatGPT 4 too. If you're stuck on a tricky problem, just ask ChatGPT 4 for help. It can break down the problem step by step, helping you understand the solution process. Plus, it can offer extra practice questions or suggest resources to deepen your understanding of the material. Now, let's talk about how we can use AI to help us along each step of the process of learning, putting together new information, making connections, and testing our understanding. Putting together new information. Not all information is equally important, and some we might not need at all. There's a good order to learning stuff that helps us learn better. Take learning guitar, for example. It makes sense to learn each individual note on the guitar first before learning the chords. The order we learn things in is super important, not just so we understand better, but also to save time. We don't want to struggle with something we're not ready for yet. But figuring out the best order to learn things can be tough, especially if we're learning on our own or if your teacher isn't clear. That's where ChatGPT can help. We can ask it to pretend it's an expert and tell us the best way to learn a topic. This helps us organize our learning better and makes it easier to understand. We can take it further by asking ChatGPT to give us a list of other related topics we should learn about and why they're important. This helps us see the big picture and understand how everything fits together. When we're learning, we have those moments where everything clicks and we realize why something matters. It might be hard to see at the beginning, so that's why it's really important to understand the importance from the get-go so that you can stay motivated. Making connections. Here's where we take that basic framework we've built and start filling in the details to understand how everything fits together. The key question here is, how does this idea relate to what we already know? We're looking to see how all these ideas connect in our framework. We want to know which parts touch each other, which ones are different, and how each part affects the whole. This is where AI really comes in handy. Instead of spending time searching for these connections ourselves, it can give us a head start. For instance, we can ask it to make a table comparing different topics and explain why those relationships matter. This helps us see the big picture and understand how everything fits together. But what if we're stuck and don't know where to start? We can ask AI to suggest related concepts and explain why they're important. It's like having a brainstorming buddy who can help us explore new ideas. Another helpful tool is using analogies to explain tricky concepts. Instead of struggling to come up with them ourselves, we can ask AI to generate analogies from different perspectives. This saves us time and energy so we can focus on understanding the connections better. Testing our understanding. One simple way to do this is by doing practice problems. It's like putting what we've learned into action. But sometimes finding practice questions can be a pain, especially if your teachers don't give you any or if they're locked behind a paywall. But here's where ChatGPT can help. We can ask it to make practice tests for us. For example, we could ask it to create a short answer test on virology to see how well we understand the topic. Short answer questions are great because they really make us think and recall information without any hints. After taking the test, it's important to check our answers. We can ask ChatGPT to give us the answers along with explanations of why they're right and what mistakes students commonly make. Another helpful prompt is asking for feedback on our understanding of a topic. This forces us to explain what we know in our own words and helps us see where we might be missing something. Plus, it's a great way to practice teaching, which is actually a super effective study strategy. Now, as amazing as AI is, it's not perfect. We shouldn't just blindly accept everything it says. It can make mistakes, so we still need to do our own research and take responsibility for our learning. Also, while AI knows a lot, it's not the same as real-world experience. For really complex stuff, like medical decisions, AI might not be able to keep up with a human expert. But for most school and college stuff, AI can be a huge help. And who knows, maybe future versions of AI will be even better. Just remember, AI is a tool to help us think better, not a replacement for thinking for ourselves. I hope that you found this video helpful. If so, I'd really appreciate if you like and subscribe for more AI videos like this.